Hey guys, Just Nerds here with part 2 of our Pokemon discussion, focusing on generations 3 and 4, giving you guys just our overall thoughts on each generation. I'm your host Blake, and I am joined by my fellow friends and Pokemon professors Elijah and Jonathan. So without any delay, let's jump right into this discussion. Okay, so Gen 3, what are some things you guys liked and disliked about Gen 3?
Well, this is my favorite generation. Technically, it's the one I started with because I played Fire Red, and that had all the improvements that Sapphire and Ruby had. But Generation 3 is my favorite just because they added so many things that really made Pokemon the game it is today. Because they added so many things with, like I said, the traits with like the shy ones that could make your Pokemon very unique and different from like almost all the other Pokemon in the game. Abilities abilities have become such a big part of Pokemon. And the double battles, adding that, added a lot more strategy to Pokemon when you could do that, because double battles are so much fun to play. And they've added so much stuff in this that have carried on, just become huge staples in the series, and just, I love Generation 3. There are some problems with Generation 3, but it's a great generation.
Yeah, I remember going to the store, and there was Ruby and Sapphire there. And blue being my favorite color, I went and grabbed Sapphire immediately. I was super excited to play it, because this was kind of like that generation that I was like, whoa, new Pokemon, this is going to be great. And honestly, it did not disappoint me at all. I thought it was amazing. Great new area and graphics. I thought the graphics were...
The graphics still look good today.
Yeah, they're like Gen 2, but just like, wow, that much better, you know what I mean? And I have to say, I noticed this when playing, it has the quickest pace, if you notice. Like, things just kind of seem to move quicker. Not so much the plot, maybe, but like, things just kind of seem to have like just a quicker pace to them. Like, I think the battling is just like, hit this button, you're good. You know, it's fighting. I think it's a little bit quicker. That might just be a personal thing for me. See,
like, your rivals, do you see them more in starting from Generation 3 than you do in Generation 1 with Gary?
Your rival is May, I know that. And it's not really technically your rival. It's like your battling buddy or something like that. Yeah,
well,
you're technically rival.
Like, I mean, like, do they show up more often?
Yeah, they do, but not always to battle. I know.
I know, but I think they show up more often, so I think that does kind of make it feel quicker too, because you see them more often and everything. And then your dad being the 4th gym leader,
which I thought was so cool.
That was really cool. Yeah.
And that was awesome. That was a great fight. Yeah. I remember I was on the edge of my seat with that battle, because I
remember I was little and it's like, hey son, I'm surprised you made it. And I was like, wait, what?
That basically feels like the midway into the game. Like, I beat my dad. I'm ready to take on the rest of the world. Let's do this.
They sort of broke the rule with a dad.
Yeah, but like it doesn't really matter. It's not even that big a deal.
Natures, that's what it is. Natures with the shy and everything. That's what it is. I'm sorry.
I thought, for this gen, I was kind of expecting like lame-looking Pokemon, because coming off of Gen 1, Gen 2. But honestly, they were really well designed. A lot of them had really cool designs, and I thought they were just I was blown away by the characters.
There's some great designs.
And one thing I love about Pokemon is they always treat like the big 150 perfectly well. Like, they keep them always in the generations, always. They never forget about them. You'll see Magnemite in there. You'll see Pikachu a few times. And I think that's just awesome to see that they still care about the 150, even though they've gone so far, especially in Gen 3.
I think that shows just how, I can't think of the word, but just how great they are, just how permanent they become in the series. Like, they have more of their identity than like Generation 2 and everything. And the new Pokemon with Generation 3, 135 new Pokemon, and most of them look amazing. They all look really cool, I think. And then that's where we have Fire Red and Leaf Green, like I said, and that added all the changes that they put in Sapphire and Ruby. And of course, you can go back and play the original ones for nostalgic value, but they really did make it. They're more playable. They're less like, you get less annoyed with the games. And just I love Fire Red and Leaf Green, just what they did with everything.
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah. I think it's a major improvement. Okay, so this one's kind of directed towards, actually, both of you, but mostly you. So, with the announcement of Omega Red and Alpha Sapphire, how do you feel about it? Like, what are your first thoughts? Like, you excited for it? You're kind of indifferent?
I feel pretty good. I mean, I liked X and Y, what they did with... Well, they're putting Mega Evolutions in Alpha Sapphire and Ruby, and we'll get more into that when we get into Generation 6, but I really hope they put more balancing with the Mega Evolutions. But I think it's really cool, and like, because your starters in Generation 6 didn't have Mega Evolutions, but now they're doing the Generation 3 starters with their own Mega Evolutions, and they've shown the art for them, the designs for Swampert, Blaziken, and then Sceptile, and they all look really cool. But
I'm pretty excited to see you know what other Pokemon have them. So,
I hope it's like what they did with Fire Red and Leaf Green, because that's kind of what I'm getting from it. Just adding the improvements they've done already to one of their biggest generations.
Okay, cool.
And then Emerald, that was an amazing
Emerald
game.
was cool.
Especially how they was Rayquaza in Ruby and Sapphire.
I know. I think you could only catch him in Emerald. Pretty sure.
But did he appeared in the story, right? Of Ruby and Sapphire.
I don't know, actually. I can't remember. I don't really actually remember getting that far. I was so young at the time that like I had like a level 70 something Blaziken, and I was beasting it up. But I didn't. For some reason, I was like against going online and looking up where the gym was or like the Pokemon League was.
That's what I did.
I don't know why, and so I never beat it. And apparently that data got deleted, and I've never beaten that game since. So here I am.
I would always beat Pokemon games as a kid.
I know.
It took me a while, but I would beat them.
Some reason I just sucked at Pokemon.
No, I didn't start beating them because then I get mad. I'd be like, do it, and then I throw it down.
I think
or I'd be like halfway through. I'd be like, awesome. My brother would challenge me. He's like, oh, let's battle. And he'd demolish me. I'd just give up hope. I'd be like, I'm never going to be that strong.
Yeah,
I think that shows just how good I am as a gamer.
probably.
Just shows that you don't have a big brother.
Also, the region was also really cool. They had like really cool places like the abandoned ship, Mount Chimney. I love Mount Chimney, going up there all the time.
Yeah, with the ash and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was cool. But one thing, it was cool in a way, but too much water, man. Because that's like where you always got lost. Because you always find like the rocks, like, okay, I can't go here. I'll go over here. Nope, rocks there.
Every time I have to go on water, I buy the super repels because I hate fighting.
Yeah,
that's a good idea. The tentacle and tentacool, I mean.
Ugh,
oh my gosh. But so the water was kind of annoying, but I liked when you went underwater when you dive. That was really cool.
Awesome. All right, so let's move forward a little bit. Let's go to Generation 4.
Generation 4.
Yeah, this was actually a huge turning point. Yeah. Obviously, with being the first Pokemon title for the DS, or the first, I guess, core title for the DS. And honestly, I really was not excited about it for some reason. I was like, I like the 3 as they are now. Yeah. I loved the DS, but I just didn't like... I loved the 3, and I was like, we don't need any more. Let's stop. But I did go out, and I did buy Pearl. At first, I did not like it at all. Played it again, and now I actually really like it. So, what do you guys think?
4 was also a very big change, because it felt... I don't know how long it was, but it felt like a long time between 3 and 4, especially because it was from Game Boy to DS. Mm-hmm. But that was a really big turning point. That was, like I said, I got Fire Red, and then Emeralds, but that was when they were already out. So this was my first time transitioning basically to a new generation, and it was really cool. They also put a lot of new changes, like they did the physical and special moves split, and because that wasn't a big problem, but it's become such a big thing now. Because now you can mess with your Pokemon even more. You can make them a purely physical Pokemon, purely special, or mix the two. So that's really cool.
What do you think?
It was another Pokemon game that I did not beat.
Yeah, actually, I haven't beaten it yet.
I beat that one too.
I'm not there.
The first one I beat was White 2.
Really? I beat every Pokemon
I didn't even beat Black. I traded my Pokemon from Black 2 to Black just to beat it.
Wow.
So I was little, and I get frustrated because I get to the Elite Four and I get stuck on Victory Road, and I never got past Victory Road. Really? Never even made it up to the.
It definitely took a while for Victory Road, but it was so
and
fun.
To those of you who are listening, I'm sure you're frustrated because it's like you get so far and they sort of just give up.
Yeah.
I was a lame little kid, guys.
For me, I didn't give up. I was just kind of like, I want to try again with a different starter. Because like I had some weird obsession with like wanting to play with every single starter. So I was going back playing as Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur. I was trying everything.
I remember I had to replay it twice. So I played it 3 times until I beat it because there were problems. There's some dumb things I did with the game. I was like, I have to start over. And then what my friend did was in Victory Road, there's always that part where you have to give a Pokemon Flash because it's dark. And so when that happens, I'm like, I use an escape rope.
That's where I give up.
No, what I do is I get an escape rope, catch a random Pokemon that can use Flash, and then I keep them, like, they're in the back, like, just that bad Pokemon. What my friend did, he took my Sceptile, who could learn Flash, and gave him Flash. And you can't get rid of that move.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
I was like, why would you do that? Because he could. I was like, so I had to start over my game.
Mm-hmm.
And it was terrible.
Yeah.
One of the main reason I didn't beat it is because I never saved. I'd always go super far without playing, and then I'd turn it off and be like, no, I forgot to save.
That's what I did with Black, but I just kept playing it.
Yeah, see, when it came to 4 with me, I got really far, and I remember I got some trades, and I had like Mewtwo and Rayquaza, but they wouldn't listen to me. But I was really far, and I was eventually like... And then I remember I turned it off, and I didn't play it for months and months, and then I turned it back on. And you ever get that feeling where you play a Pokemon game, and then you go back to it after a long period of time, and you're like, where the heck did you guys come from? I never caught you. And
Yeah.
I remember having this, I'm like, why did I choose you as my starter? What the heck's going on? I was like...
You also catch like the random Pokemon
Yeah.
that you never do anything
I
with.
know. It was
with my older brother giving me his Pokemon that he beat the game with, and he traded because he kept trading his old Pokemon from generation to generation. I still couldn't beat it. I had like level 90s, and I still gave up.
For some reason, I always feel like when I turn on a Pokemon game that I haven't played for a long time, I feel like it's like waking up from a coma. Like, it's like literally like, what the heck happened?
Yeah.
Why did I catch you guys? I don't know. It's so weird for me. I just was, it's just...
I had yet to discover the thing called the Pokemon Guide, where you buy the book and it
Oh,
literally...
I think I had that for Generation 4.
I had that for...
to be fair.
I had that for Soul Silver, and I still didn't beat the game.
There's some great guides, though.
Yeah.
But I think this is my favorite region just because there's a lot of stuff you could do in this region.
Yeah.
And so many awesome places. Generation 3 might have been, but like I said, the water was kind of annoying at times. Like, I think probably like 60% of that region's water. But Region 4 was, I think, my favorite because there's so many cool places. Like, there's Mount Coronet, like the one where you meet to face Palkia.
Or Dialga.
Yeah. The 3 lakes with the 3 legendary Pokemons. That was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Snow Point Temple with Regigigas, where you could do that. Old Chateau, the Hall of Origin, New Moon Island. There's some really memorable locations, and it's really cool.
Mm-hmm. And even though the graphics were a little like rough, but you can definitely tell that they were building up to
that's when they did
5 and 6
more
episodes.
3D look.
Yeah, and it kind of
awesome.
worked. It worked pretty well, I'd say.
Yeah, and also I just want to quickly say the villain I think might be the coolest one because his motivation and just his goal was amazing. Because Generation 3, you want to do all the land water or all the land earth. And so that was really cool. But Cyrus, he basically wanted to like recreate the universe. He wanted to destroy it and remake it again. That's some big stuff, man.
Especially for Pokemon too,
Yeah.
which I thought was cool.
I liked... we'll talk
Go
about
ahead.
them next, actually.
Okay, well 5 and 6 are coming
And that
out
was
right
when they did Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Daja played those.
A game I have yet to get my hands on.
Yeah,
because everywhere I look, it's like $50. So I'm like, is this like rare or something?
I could literally just hand it to you.
And I can never find Heart Gold because that's the one I want to
I
get.
have Heart Gold.
You have Heart Gold?
That's the one I have.
Dang it.
Okay, so we're gonna have to beat
And
you up and
then-
take your Pokemon games.
I
And
give it to
then
you. Is that a
I still wanna beat you up for it.
Pokemon Platinum. That was Generation 4. That's the game I never beat because that is a really hard game. Because you go through the whole game, you beat all the gym leaders, you face every trainer, and you go to the Elite Four, you get your butt kicked. And I was like, that's never happened to me before. And what you do with that, you go your Versus Seeker, and you fight more trainers. I kept doing that. It's so hard to beat the Elite Four.
Yeah, quite honestly though, thank God for that item because I'd be screwed in Gen 3 without that. So
Platinum, it's very good. It's way harder than Pearl and Diamond, but still great games.
Great games.
Yeah.
So is that it, everybody?
Yeah.
All right, so that concludes part 2. So thanks for watching, everybody. As always, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe so you can watch all our next videos coming up and our list of top 5 favorite Pokemon starters. We have one last part to do for our Pokemon discussion, finishing up with Gens 5 and 6. Don't forget to go down to the comment box and give us your personal thoughts on Gens 3 and 4. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in part 3.